All right, everyone, get ready for the Lack of Hustle podcast, sponsored by Pteranodon Media, featuring the OLO, Surgical Disruptor,
Surgeon,
and XE
Sexy,
Make sure to find Pteranodon Media all over the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that other shit I forget. Hold on, because it's gonna be one hell of a ride, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Oh, hells yeah.
So, welcome back, everyone, to the Lack of Hustle podcast, November edition. What's today's date, guys?
Oh, geez. Hold on a second.
We all got fucking phones.
November 19th. Yeah, but I want to press mine.
In the year of our Lord 2018.
All right. Good one. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're going to make
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, today on the Lack of Hustle podcast, we are doing our Thanksgiving edition, and we're trying to get to as many topics as possible. And while we're doing this, I told the guys I'm cooking some food right now. It's a cold night, not that cold. It's like in the fucking 50s, and we're going to be joined later by by the former governor Jesse Ventura. Or a man who claims to be Jesse Ventura, a man who reached out and said he claims to be Jesse Ventura, and I'm not sure if I buy that, but we'll just have to find out because he's scheduled.
He could be a clone, and Jesse Ventura could be making videos about a clone conspiracy right now.
Oh yeah, he could be. Oh, hold on.
I wouldn't put it past Jesse Ventura if he had a clone, to protect himself,
Well, maybe he could share that with us because he's, as you know, he's very much into conspiracies.
Hey, how many drones do you think Jesse Ventura has?
Clones or drones?
Drones. Fuck. It didn't really translate good on the. Yeah, it's because he's.
Oh, geez. He probably has. I'd say he probably. I don't know if he uses drones. I don't think he trusts drones. We'll have to ask him.
Well, I know he could buy a lot of drones with the $2 million he made a widow of a war hero pay him.
What?
Well,
the Crystal defamation suit.
Okay.
The American Sniper. Yeah. The American Sniper said bad shit about Jesse Ventura in his book, and Jesse Ventura said that's some bullshit. Had enough evidence to back it up, and they made a war widow pay him $2 million. True. Yeah.
Well, I think me and the Surgical kind of touched on that a little bit on episode 0 that'll be posted by whatever.
Yeah. Actually, Thanksgiving weekend would be good to air episode 0, in case they can't get enough because
second servings.
Yeah, second servings. Yeah, and Thanksgiving is good for podcasts. That's good, because it's good for podcasts because you're cooking a turkey or smoking a turkey, so you have time to listen to a lot of things. So let's give them a double serving, like Esky said, of that. There you go.
I like Thanksgiving, guys. And one thing I like doing on Thanksgiving, and we'll talk about this later as we promised, is Mystery Science Theater Turkey Day Marathon. And my mom doesn't have Wi-Fi, so I'm taking a bunch of DVDs, and I'll have to look for them and find out which. But I think Mitchell's definitely going to be in there. I'm going to force my mom to watch Mitchell.
I was about to bring that up, man. Mitchell's the best one with a.
It's all right.
Oh, get out of here.
That's the one.
That's the one. Okay, but it's a very important episode. No, I'm talking now. Mitchell's great. What's his name?
Joe Don Baker.
Joe Don Baker. Yeah. The great Joe Don Baker.
He comes out in Congo. Did you know that? And he says that famous line, "Give me the diamonds." Remember that?
I got to rewatch that. I just saw. You guys know the Angry Video Game Nerd, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a show where he goes with his buddies and they review movies. And they talked about Congo, and they're talking about how, geez, now I'm just regurgitating the whole fucking thing, but they're talking about how Bruce Campbell what his thoughts are on Congo, and it's I'm gonna butcher this, but he says something along the lines like, "Well, what are your thoughts on Congo? What were your experiences?" And he says, "Oh, the check cleared, so I'm okay with it."
Yeah, like a true professional.
Bruce Campbell comes on Congo. So
Yeah,
I haven't seen Congo.
What the fuck? Bruce Campbell comes on Congo.
And Tim Curry.
What? Oh, Tim Curry's badass.
Damn.
Joe Don Baker, Tim Curry, the Middle Eastern ethnic guy from that Schwarzenegger movie. He would they would typecast him as like terrorists all the time. He comes out in it.
Which one?
The skinny one, the real skinny, the skinny one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And but
one of my favorite actors is a guy from New Zealand that's played every race ever except for white person.
Well, one thing, they're very diverse. You could play like what? Don't look at you. Okay, yeah. Okay, the people from
when he talks.
When the people from New Zealand, they're very diverse. Okay, yeah, like if you're like in a movie and from New Zealand, like you can play multiple ethnicities there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing a drinking game when I listen back to these, and when you say something racially insensitive, and I'm gonna be like shit faced.
I know racially insensitive at all. Like, no, yeah, I mean, like what? Like
have like a little horn noise.
People from New Zealand are awesome because they're like low budget Australian.
I respect people from New Zealand. Like I have nothing but love.
You're a history buff. That's it.
Yeah, I'm an ignorant, and I'm not gonna deny that. Yeah, I'm just excited about new cultures.
Yeah.
Speaking of new cultures, let's move on to what I want to get out of the way, and before we get our call in, because I spent the past few weeks doing a lot of research here, guys, and and the research that I did was watching nothing but a bunch of Survivor series because you guys suggested it.
Yeah.
But I only watched from 1987 to 1997, and I think I watched 1998. Yeah, I watched a little bit of 1998, and some are very hit or miss, and there's some amazing gems in there. And I wanted to recap some of these, if you guys don't mind, and share your thoughts with them as well.
No.
Sir, and I'm cheating here because I got the Wikipedia up because I need to refresh myself. But there's one in particular that I actually took a lot of notes on.
Okay.
The first Survivor Series, the first match. Let's talk about this. This was a 5-on-5 elimination match, and I apologize in advance to all the non-wrestling listeners. Because part of, and I just got to throw this in because part of the inception of this whole.
For real.
What?
Non-wrestling fan.
I believe non-wrestling aficionados is what you call them.
Non-wrestling aficionados, I'd say, or just normal people. How about that?
Yeah.
The first one was Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Jake Roberts before he was Jake the Snake Roberts, Jim Duggan, Randy Savage, and Ricky Steamboat with Miss Elizabeth versus Harley Race, Hercules, Honky Tonk Man, one of my favorites, Ron Bass with Bobby Heenan and Jimmy Hart, and let's see if you guys remember this character here, Dangerous Danny Davis.
Don't remember it at all, but you just described some type of Florida versus Georgia Survivor Series match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, no, that comes later on. But Dangerous Danny Davis,
I believe they would call them the Georgia Territories. So you can sound more like a wrestling podcast. You say territories, and it sounds more like a wrestling podcast.
Dangerous Danny Davis was I believe a referee.
Okay.
That was a heel referee that decided he was going to start wrestling, and you got to check out his outfit one of these days. It's like all white. with the pants were like white tight pants, but they were striped like Beetlejuice almost. And he looked like just like a regular dude. And
was it like a traditional Southern wedding kind of outfit?
No, it looked more like a mime.
Okay, yeah, that's not.
He looked like a French mime. Okay, so then you had and so this is back when you had Jesse the Body Ventura, and he would come out with Gorilla Monsoon, and he'd have he started wearing his Pilgrim hat, and afterwards in the next two Survivor Series he went by the moniker of Jesse the Pilgrim Ventura.
Wow.
How clever was that guy?
Wow, that's very festive though. I like that he's very into. I like that he's very into Thanksgiving there. Yeah, I mean Thanksgiving.
The next match was Fabulous Moolah, the Jumping Bomb Angels, Itsuki Yamazaki and Norio Tatino. Tatino.
Yeah.
Rockin' Robin and Velvet McIntyre, which sounds like a sex act. I gave her the old Velvet McIntyre. Defeated Dawn Marie, Donna Cristanello, the Glamour Girls, Leilani Kai and Judy Martin, and Sensational Sherry with Jimmy Hart as their manager.
Well, Sensational Sherry is great, but all those other girls is probably why the Fabulous Moolah is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. Because what was she doing? Wasn't she like pimping them out or something like that? Remember that?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. That girl, that lady, you know that.
She would influence a lot of upcoming talent.
Well, you know. It was the old wrestling casting couch, as they, I believe they call it that.
The casting ring.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's fun there, sir.
I gotta say, it was overall a boring match up until the Jumping Bomb Angels, the two Japanese girls, came in and started kicking some major ass. And it was that.
You had some female action. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That they had two female.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first Survivor Series. This is '87, so things didn't start getting crazy. The next match, a little as interesting as you think it would sound. It was a little slow. It was an all-star lineup. British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, and the Dynamite Kid. And y'all know about the Dynamite Kid at this point.
I don't know the Dynamite Kid there.
The Dynamite Kid. You know about the Dynamite Kid?
First of all,
rings a bell, but I
didn't know Davey Boy Smith was like that early in '87. That's crazy.
'87, man.
Was he smaller? Because we saw him in the early '90s when he came out as British Bulldog.
He had great moves.
So maybe was he smaller? Was that before he got the good roids?
This was when he was starting the roids, so you could start seeing he was packing on the weight, packing on the muscles, and so was the Dynamite Kid. But Dynamite Kid, Jesus Christ, man, like that guy was ripped beyond belief at that time, and he had a very he did a lot of work in Japan. Dynamite Kid is one of these guys. If you appreciate wrestlers with good moves, like Benoit. You get heard something. I don't know what ever happened to Benoit, by the way. I don't know.
You mean Thomas Billington, Dynamite Kid? Yeah. He's a former British performer wrestler. Yeah, he competed in Japan. You know this? In the mid to late '80s, he competed in Japan. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Davey Boy Smith was his cousin. Of course, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Surgical Wikipedia for DeSanto here. Then you had
his most famous dude was with Tiger Mask. I don't know if you ever seen Tiger Mask. He inspired. He inspired King from Tekken. Did you know that?
Yeah. Also
yes, I did know that.
Built from Liverpool.
It's amazing knowledge that you're just like throwing out.
Yeah, I just remembered it.
You just remembered it all. Like, that Dynamite Kid.
The best part is that, I saw a bit of you porn when you looked it up. That's the Dynamite Kid right there. I got to blow up.
Did he really blow up? All right.
Okay, so they're teamed up with the Killer. This was a 10-on-10, by the way. This was a 10-on-10 Survivor Series tag team elimination match. And they're paired up with the Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees.
Yes, featuring B. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell. I think they should have given an extra beat to Jim Brunzell.
Well, were the matches segregated or something back then, or like this is way back there?
No, this is way back when. So they put a team of, it was 10 on 10. It was basically these guys. It was just it wasn't that interesting. I mean, a Survivor Series, it wasn't as interesting as it seems on paper. But it's a 10 on 10 match. But it was all like tag team rules.
No, okay.
So it was hard to see the match when you see a bunch of like these like
yeah.
A bunch of guys waiting.
I don't know any of these guys at all, to tell you, except for Dynamite Kid and British Bulldog. But some of the guys you mentioned right now, I don't know. Well, most of them I don't know. But in my head, I am.
The Killer Bees? Come on.
You said you saw Spartacus, right?
Who?
You saw Spartacus? Or
yeah. I totally saw Spartacus.
Okay, well, remember that season finale where they had the Battle Royale? So I'm getting hyped up for that because that shit was awesome.
Did you know that the Dynamite Kid was actually Dave Boy Smith's tag team partner?
Yeah, right. They just said that.
Yeah. Yes, the British Bulldogs.
Yeah,
okay, so we'll move it. Let me finish. I haven't even finished this whole team yet.
It's 10 on 10. You like 4 dudes.
Okay, well, I know. Then there's the Fabulous Rougeaus. We'll skip that because they're boring as hell. Then you had Strike Force, which was Rick Martel, Tito Santana, were Strike Force.
Hell yeah.
And then the Young Stallions, and let's see if you remember these guys here. There's Paul Roma, of course, but one of my favorite jobbers, Jim Powers, was part of the Young Stallions.
Oh, yeah. Now, was he the guy who was slapping himself in the back?
No, that was what's that guy's name? God damn it! Fuck. That was Marco Valdez. No, wait. Barry Horowitz. Barry Horowitz.
That's not pretty sure.
Whoa! Go easy there, buddy.
There is a movie producer of a Horowitz name.
But because he's Jewish.
Because they're the same name.
What are you saying? All movie producers are Jewish?
I'm saying he has the same name as a movie producer.
Some people are just good at things, you know what I mean? Like,
well, look this guy up, maybe he movie produced.
Like, you know, like, oh God, like they just took over. Never mind, dude. Like, they just do entertainment good. That's all I'm saying.
So that team defeated the Bolsheviks, which is Boris Zukov and Nikolai Volkov, who's dead.
Red Scare.
Demolition, Axe and Smash. The Dream Team, Dino Bravo and Greg Valentine. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Greg the Hammer Valentine was the shit.
That was
fuck yeah, dude.
I use him in video games. He's awesome. He looks like the guy highway.
Well, I used to think that Greg the Hammer Valentine was our middle school coach, but I realized that was a female. So.
Yeah.
But
the Hart Foundation.
Lose to all those other jobbers.
Well, get this. You got the Hart Foundation that were playing heel. And you had Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And the Islanders, Haku and Tama.
Oh, I remember those guys.
The Islanders.
There's a pretty cool story of them with Hulk Hogan.
What's the story?
Well, okay.
They got pulled over by the cops and they refused to break character and just acted like they didn't know English and just grunted and shit.
Did they do the hakas? You know,
they did a bunch of, in character stuff.
You know that stuff?
Yeah.
You know, it happens after like one of your friends dies. Like they do the haka.
What? I thought they did it to pump each other up.
Or like at weddings. I don't know.
Yeah, I've seen pep rallies with that shit.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it comes out on Facebook or with pep rally.
Okay. Good for you.
I didn't know how sad they had some child died.
Then the main event over here, we get Andre the Giant, Butch Reed, King Kong Bundy, One Man Gang, and Rick Rude with Bobby Heenan defeating Bam Bam. Well, they defeated Bam Bam Bigelow, Don Morocco, Hulk Hogan, Ken Patera, and Paul Orndorff. Which is weird because that wasn't actually pretty good. It was a pretty good lineup, but overall a boring match. But I mean, the fact that they got Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, and One Man Gang in one ring was incredible.
Yeah.
So that's Survivor Series 87. That's our first Survivor Series. I'm going to give that one a low B. It was okay. It wasn't as exciting as I think they thought. They were trying to figure out what the concept for this whole thing was. By the time you get to 88, things start getting a little interesting.
Okay.
Some other weird characters too, but this is where you actually get the first match on 80 and the 88 one. By the way, that third match that I mentioned, the one that had what do you call it? Like before the Hulk and Andre match, that one was like fucking 40 minutes, guys. 40 minutes. These are just 4 matches filling out 2 hours, and that's the problem with the Survivor Series. It's only 4 matches.
That's
and they put so many people.
2 hours.
Well, yeah. Okay, 88. Moving on. So this is interesting because it was a follow-up from the last year. It almost seemed like because the first team you had the Blue Blazer, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Jim Brunzell, Sam Houston. Yeah, who remembers Sam Houston? Sam Houston. I don't know whatever became of Sam Houston. And the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior comes out, defeating, again, one of the best character workers of all time, the Honky Tonk Man. Then you get Ron Bass. Again, Dangerous Danny Davis, along with Bad News Brown and Greg the Hammer Valentine. That was a 17 minutes and 50 seconds, 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Actually more entertaining than what we start seeing later on, which included the Powers of Pain, which is the second match, the Rockers, Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, British Bulldogs, again with the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith, the Hart Foundation, where they switched to face, Bret Hart and Jim Anvil Neidhart, and the Young Stallions, again, Jim Powers and Paul Roma on these, mid-card matches. I never paid attention to see that Jim Powers actually was becoming an up-and-comer. I always felt like, how come Jim Powers never got his never got his due? And the guy was massive. So they defeated.
He probably died of a massive heart attack also. But can we all agree that Marty Jannetty was better than Shawn Michaels? Hey, come on, you know this. And you know this, man. Right? Marty Jannetty was better than Shawn Michaels. You're just saying that.
Marty Jannetty actually, he looks a lot like Dave Murray from Iron Maiden.
Okay. Or he looks like that, like he plays like in Anthrax, but he also looks a little bit like Wayne's World. You know what I mean? Like, what's the name of that guy from Wayne's World?
Wayne.
Oh, the other Wayne's World guy. Gia Carrera. Okay. No, what Lee Turgeson? Lee Turgeson was the dude that I love you, man. Nah. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, he followed his career. Rob Lowe. No,
okay, so
go ahead.
They took on Demolition, the Brainbusters, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Pretty interesting, huh? The Bolsheviks, again, Fabulous Rougeaus, the Conquistadors. Oh, yeah. Dos and Uno were the name of the Conquistadors.
Is Uno like a precursor to like one of those mysterious characters what's his name, Goldmine, or what's his name, Goldmine. Goldmine's a good name for a wrestler.
Goldmine would have been a great character for Dusty Rhodes to come out as the father of Gold Dust, and his name is Goldmine, and he's like a prospector, but he's like a prospector with a bunch of bling. And he got his face all painted up. He's like, I'm gonna come down over here with my son Gold Dust because I'm a gold mine.
Gold Dust, he was looking for gold, but he made a son, and he's really, your son is gold.
And he comes out with his golden hat, like a golden prospector hat.
We should make a wrestler called Goldmine.
Goldmine.
It's coming to Laredo?
Yeah.
Put
downstairs. He's on the message board.
So that match was 42 minutes long.
God damn.
Yeah.
Well, how
the
long
funniest
did
thing
Survivor Series go on for?
It's about 2 hours, give or take.
Yeah. Huh.
But check this out. What's funny about it? It's like you got to watch these. What I recommend watching, if you go back to these, watch the pre and post interview or post match interviews or pre match interviews with. For some reason, the cameraman has an obsession with not the barbarian but the warlord, and they get like these while someone else is talking. They get a close up of the warlord's face while he's just like sneering and smiling, and they did that several times, and it was just hilarious. So I'd recommend that. Next match was
like Kano mask going on. He's got that like he was Kano for Mortal Kombat before Kano was.
That was later on. Yeah, that was the warlord got that later on. But get this. That was like the year later. Get this. Next match was Andre the Giant. This is the team. Andre the Giant, Dino Bravo, Mr. Perfect, Rick Rude, and Harley Race, represented by Bobby Heenan, where they defeated Jake the Snake Roberts, Jim Duggan, Ken Patera, Scott Casey, and Tito Santana. This is kind of where everything starts coming together for me, guys, like 88. These are the people that I know. You know, this is where I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty entertaining match. Any match with Bobby Heenan and Rick Rude and Mr. Perfect were now, if I remember correctly, I think Andre got eliminated immediately or disqualified. So that's the thing about Survivor Series is that, like, the fucking referees, like, one of the gimmick thing is that, like, if someone gets eliminated, they're out. That leaves the team with whoever's left, right? So Andre the Giant I believe was one of the first to get out on either that match or the other one of the other ones. But and that's the dynamic of the whole thing where it's like it sets up the rest of the match. Who gets eliminated first will do that. And so you hear that, you know, Andre the Giant has been eliminated or disqualified. And so sometimes a referee will or the officials will disqualify several people at the same time. So if they're outside for past 10 seconds, that changes the whole dynamic of the match. So sometimes you have these matches. The what?
You got to even it up, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course Andre the Giant's going to be eliminated first because it's just not fair. And it's like a huge monkey wrench. Now you don't know who the fuck is going to win.
Last match, you get Hercules, Hillbilly Jim, Coco Beware, Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage, where they defeated Akeem. Remember Akeem, right? The African Dream.
Yeah, the Muslim guy.
A heel, big boss man, which I even forgot that he was heel for a while. Haku, the Red Rooster, and Ted DiBiase.
Oh, Red Rooster, I remember that guy. That guy was awesome.
Red Rooster?
Yeah,
he knows.
Yeah, he was. The Red Rooster.
Red Rooster's whole thing was he was a part of the Heenan family, and Red Rooster. This is with Ted DiBiase and Bobby Ted DiBiase and Virgil. So this is around the time where I think they showed a nice little compilation of videos where Ted DiBiase was offering people money to do certain acts, and or like he was going to the public pool, and he saw the people in the public pool, and he bought out the guy with $100 bill, I think, and made everyone leave the public pool. And then there's the one where they had the little kid, and he made the little kid must have been like 5 years old, but he offers them money if he can dribble the basketball 10 times. And he gets to 9, and then he kicks the ball. And the kid looked like very disappointed. Like, how can you explain to a kid that that's not like that's like fake, you know? And that was amazing. That was just wonderful. So and then so anyway, that was the match, and that was 88. It was okay. It was a good follow up. Things started getting interesting here. Come Survivor Series 89. This is about the time where I started really catching up with wrestling. And you get some really good characters here. You get some really good actors that move. Let's see. This is going to be a little bit difficult here because I'm looking at the Wikipedia here, and it's showing me just the results here. Okay, well, there you go.
Are we going to go
It feels like we're in a Survivor Series right now.
Yeah, are we going to go year by year? Because we're at the 29-minute mark here, bud.
He's being nice.
Well, you guys keep talking in between. Let me go through this one pretty fast here.
Well, the podcast does, you know.
We're gonna have a 10-year Survivor Series retrospective, and then conjure the spirit of a comic book legend, followed by a former governor of Minnesota. And we got 7 more years of wrestling.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through this pretty fast. Hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna touch Chuck Norris on this one. You know, like what the hell?
Okay, so this one, we are gonna touch Chuck Norris. We're gonna touch him where it matters.
I want to touch Chuck Norris for a while.
This one, okay, I'm just gonna skip this one then, because you know what, like this one had a lot of the same, you know, but a lot of the same people. It's amazing. You still have Rick Rude. You know, Roddy Piper comes out. You got Jimmy Snuka, the murderer. You got Andre the Giant, Jim Neidhart, Marty Jannetty, Shawn Michaels. I think this is where they start their beef a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, where you start seeing the fallout.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is, like, the Rockers would like, and I'm sorry to interrupt here, but Marty Jannetty would like take the match really seriously, and then like Shawn Michaels would like start talking to like some girl, you know what I mean? And then like he would start fucking up, and then like Marty Jannetty always had to fucking rescue his ass, you know?
Yeah.
So therefore, Marty Jannetty's a much better wrestler. He just had more passion.
Well, wrestling. I'll tell you what, man. Arn Anderson did an amazing job, and he's a great wrestler to watch. He's like watching, like you get a bunch of characters. You get like a giant. You get like Hulk Hogan. You get some guy from Samoa. You get a police officer. You got a guy named Hercules that looks like Hercules, and you got Arn Anderson that looks like somebody's dad. That's pretty badass.
Coach. Yeah.
So anyway, that's.
How about this? Can you give us the MVP of the Survivor Series and who sucked?
I could do.
Who took the show and who sucked the most?
Well, let me look at my notes here. Hold on. Let me look at my notes because I think the MVP once Bobby Heenan comes in is actually Bobby Heenan.
Heenan's MVP.
He is like commentary Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
I think this starts.
There's no better commentator. I love JR, but he's got nothing on Bobby Heenan.
Let's see. 1991 is. I'm gonna read off a lot of his jokes. Okay. And because I wrote a lot of these down, and that's what I'll do for the 1991 Survivor Series. Let me go over real quick. 1990.
Then we'll go to Undertaker premiering.
Okay. Well, 1991. The first match on 1991 gave you the recap of the Cobra Bite. Remember the infamous Cobra Bite?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Was that not one of the most terrifying moments that I remember seeing that and being shocked more so than anything else that I'd ever seen up to that point?
No,
and I think that's
when Earthquake sat on Jake the Snake Roberts. Yeah, the snake. Yeah.
On his cock.
That one is pretty good.
Yeah, it was a hell of an earthquake on that snake.
Yeah.
But this is the Cobra though we're talking about here, guys. This is the Cobra. This is the most venomous snake in the world. The most venomous snake in the world. And biting and he's putting this fucking snake on him and he's like forcing on it. It goes off and then he gets it again and puts it on there.
He's wiggling it to try to get him off it. But like he knows that it's like really stuck.
Yeah.
Now there's that infamous story like going with this that and I'm sure and like I'm not saying anything new. You can go back and Macho Man he says you're not gonna put that Cobra on me, and that was a horrible. But anyway.
Well, you know what?
Like, he had to talk with him the night before. He says, well, I want you to have the Cobra bite you. To make sure it's not poisonous. And Jake the Snake is like, nah, I'm not going to fucking do that shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Me.
Yeah, trust me.
Well, before I go into that, guys, before I do that, I actually do got someone on the line here. Before I go into the Bobby Heenan stuff, I got someone who's actually been waiting for the past couple of minutes, and it's I would like to introduce, I guess, if he's here on the line, Mr. or I should say Governor Jesse Ventura. Are you guys ready to talk to him?
Yes, Governor.
Well, hold on. Mr. Ventura, can you hear us?
Guys, hello.
Hello,
Mr. Ventura.
Guys, hey, how you all doing today?
We're doing great, Mr. Governor.
Mr. Governor, pleasure.
You sound vibrant, and that's hell. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me be the first to tell you all, before it even happens, Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you, Mr. Governor.
Thanksgiving, yeah. Favorite holiday.
Yeah, we were just talking about some of the Survivor series. Could you tell us a little bit about what you remember about those?
Oh, yeah, that was when I was in the WW you-know-what. I went by the name Jesse the Pilgrim Ventura.
Oh, yeah. And
do you know why?
No.
It was because I was wearing a pilgrim hat.
Okay, well.
Because you wore a hat.
Because you wore a hat instead of your do-rag.
Usually, hey, who's the governor here? Let me tell you, nowadays, I just let the hair flow. Because I used to be a surfer back in the day, as the kids say.
All right, well, do you guys have any particular questions for Mr. Ventura?
Yes. Did you? Who's a better arm wrestler? What's his name? Carl Weathers or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I'll tell you one thing, guys. If you want to put those guys against one of the toughest bros that I know, it would definitely be Gorilla Monsoon, who I had the pleasure of doing commentary with.
Okay, well. But if you had to choose Ventura, if you had to choose.
Mr. Ventura, imagine Gorilla Monsoon in the Predator, though.
You know, that was actually one of my suggestions when I talked to the director. I said, who are all these people I don't know of? Let's get someone like Roddy Piper in here. Let's get someone like, I don't know, maybe Greg the Anvil Knight Hammer Time.
Yeah.
I think you meant, yeah. God, I wouldn't want to correct you.
We agree on that. We should have a new Predator.
Hey, by the way, do you guys remember that line that I had in the movie Predator?
I do not. I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah. I just remember you son of a bitch.
No, hey, it was something that I ain't got time to. You don't remember that?
Oh wow, yeah. I kind of do remember. I remember you wrote a book called "I Ain't Got Time for That."
No, it's I ain't got time to bleed, because what happened is when I was in the jungle, they said, "Hey Jesse, look at what happened to your arm," and it just so happened that I had run into a tree with a thorn on it. And they said, hey, let's clean that up. And I said, no, guys, I got a busy schedule. I'm on my way to become the governor in a few years. I ain't got time to bleed.
Wow. Well, that's a pretty nice little story there. That's something that we could write on update the Wikipedia articles on. Wow.
Yeah.
So one thing, Mr. Ventura, I noticed that you were on one of Survivor Series, the third one. You were wearing your hat.
Yeah, I was wearing my hat on that.
And you also had a shirt it was a movie shirt, but it wasn't the Predator.
That's right. I'm glad you noticed it. That was from my other sci-fi movie, Abraxas, which I believe is available on DVD.
Wow. You guys the movie
Abraxas? Why don't you talk about The Running Man, Mr. Ventura?
Hey, wait, before I go into all that gibberish, let me talk a little bit about Abraxas, where I play an intergalactic bounty hunter police officer to find the offspring of an alien child.
All right. Yeah, no, actually, I've seen that movie. It's very
we got to catch on Hulu or Netflix there.
Hey, I heard the last episode you guys did. I got to say, you guys did a really good job. I really appreciate you doing all the hard work with the podcasting.
Thanks, Mr. Ventura.
We appreciate you being here. Great.
Hey, let me tell you, though, there was something in there that really disturbed me.
Oh, what was that?
You guys had this caller that sounded a lot like someone I knew. His name was Bill Cosby.
Well, you guys remember that. We had Bill Cosby on the line, right? Or
I didn't know he was a friend.
Hey, let's just say something. Let me tell you, I would personally wouldn't want that guy putting something in my drink. You know why?
Because he probably assaulted.
No, because he would try to rape me, guys.
Well, yeah. That, that's I was like,
no, hey, that stuff happens. One time in the WW, you know what? Somebody in the. Hey, are you listening?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, we're listening.
Right now,
somebody in the locker room.
Dennis Page is also here.
Somebody. So hey, I know that guy. He showed me how to do yogurt. There was a guy in the locker room, and he put something in one of my drinks, and I woke up that day, or I don't know how long it was, but I remember being in a fuzzy, weird thing, and I just kept hearing, "Hey, brother, brother, brother," and you know who says that a lot?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't know what he's insinuating, Mr. Ventura. Are you saying that? You're saying that?
Yeah. Just imagine who would you think who was the biggest star? Who was the biggest star at the time?
Well, we all know that guy. That's Hulk Hogan, right?
Yeah, Terry Bonilla.
And who do you think stole my style and the way I used to dress and present myself? Who do you think would have wanted to do something, whether it was a financial raping or a creative raping or a physical raping?
Well, I don't want to jump to conclusions, guys. I think Hulk Hogan's in enough trouble as he is already.
Jump to it, yeah.
So I don't think.
All I'm saying is that I was getting really fuzzy. My posterior was really hurting me, and I could just heard brother, Hulkamania say your vitamins in the hallways, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, that's something definitely to be.
It's a conspiracy. It's a goddamn conspiracy.
All right. Well. Yeah. Hey, I think I'm getting a notice that you're. You got to leave.
Yeah, guys, it was really good talking to you. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
That was really entertaining.
Happy Thanksgiving, Jesse
Hey.
Ventura.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Ventura. Would you be interested in coming back to our show every now and then?
I would love to. I would love to come back and talk more old wrestling with you guys.
Okay. All right. Well.
Great.
Well, okay. I think he just hung up.
Oh.
There you go.
Really,
Yeah.
really.
I'm sorry.
That was great. That was great.
Did you guys have another? Wow, that was a very good guess there. I don't know if that was Jesse Ventura, but it sure sounded like him.
Well, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that an interesting story he had about what changed the whole face of Hulkamania as we knew it.
Yeah, I never thought about that. But then again, I mean, just Hulk Hogan did it better.
Well, hold on. Hulk Hogan is like the West Coast Jesse Ventura. We all know that,
Yeah. Mhm.
We know that already. We know that, Jesse. Don't worry about it.
Well, if you follow along with Dr. There was a what was it Dr. Death, not the Dr. Death we know, but Dr. Death David Schultz. He had made some comments about Hulk Hogan on one of his promos, saying that Hulk Hogan belongs in San Francisco. I don't know what he was referring to there, but it could be something along the same lines as what Jesse Ventura was talking about.
Oh, what?
Well, I don't think so. There's I've seen some evidence that proves he's heterosexual.
Whoa! I thought he meant that he was a Satanist.
Who, Hulk Hogan?
Well, Satanism comes from San Francisco, with what's his name, LeVay and whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's LeVay Ball. No, that's not his name.
All right.
LeVay Ball.
1991 Survivor Series. We got that recap of the snake bite. Now I'm gonna. There's a first match where. Let me go back here real quick, and I'm gonna name off a lot of like this is Bobby Heenan in his prime. This is him. I think the first time where he's actually doing commentary. I want to say. What was it the year after? I don't know. He. Let's see. Let me look here.
It was always cool.
Anyway, I do know.
You would just say something demeaning about the guy. You know. He'll go like, it looks like you're packing nothing in there, you know?
Well, I think this is also the same one. This is what we're talking about. No, we okay, you know what? We missed The Undertaker. That was 1990. That was The Undertaker. I think that was, let me see.
Came out of nowhere. Back up.
Yeah, came out of nowhere. Yeah, The Undertaker came out of nowhere. He was DiBiase. Like, what's the story behind that? Like, did DiBiase go to like a
zombie? He found a zombie and hired him.
He paid the devil. He paid death enough money.
Well, who's death here? I mean, where's Paul Bear? I mean, I would imagine that Ted DiBiase was walking around and he said, "Hey, Virgil, why don't we stop by over here by this graveyard, and I'm going to see who's inside because I want to find if there's a man in there that could take down Hulk Hogan." You know, just imagine something like that happening. But anyway, so
is his agent. You know what I mean? Like he's dead also. We all know that.
Well, he was actually with Brother Love at that time.
Yeah, when he first came out.
Yep, that was a Brother Love deal. Which, yeah.
So he found him in Florida.
Well, I remember for many years, people thought, at least in my inner circles, that Brother Love was Paul Bear.
I dropped the phone.
When in fact, you what?
All right. We're standing next.
Goddamn sprinkler in here.
He just punched me in the arm.
Oh, I didn't even punch him. I just touched him. He kept spitting.
Well, he's got that Bruce Lee
like
for
he's got to look at me in the eye when he's talking to you.
Well, I'm talking to you right here next to me, damn it.
Like you need for sure to interact with two dudes at once.
We're Indians. We're sitting Indian style.
I'm sitting Indian style. The other thing where your legs are halfway out.
We're sharing a goddamn phone. I'm sorry I'm spitting on you, man. Damn.
I don't know why. I just like a picture of a phone from the 80s with a cord. You guys like
out of this guy, but I just here to make me uncomfortable.
I'm here to spit on you. Hey, sorry.
1991. I'm gonna name off some of the.
You have to hear that.
1991. British Bulldog comes onto the ring, and Bobby Heenan comments that he refers to his hair looking like Whoopi Goldberg.
Bobby Heenan came out looking like Whoopi Goldberg?
That British Bulldog's hair looked like Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, that's not. I want to hear this.
I think he said. I was like, yeah, like both. He has the same. He goes, hey, look, girl, he has the same hairdo as Whoopi Goldberg.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
That's not culturally appropriate. That wouldn't fly now.
It is the same hair. What?
It was the same hair. When Piper would come out, he kept referring to.
Because braids mean something. You know that.
He kept referring to Piper wearing a mini skirt. So he kept referring to Piper's kilt as a mini skirt. Piper in the ring. He did say that. These are all things I wrote. These are notes.
Yeah, British Bulldog had no right wearing braids. That used to mean something.
What do braids mean?
They used to kick out girls. African American girls for wearing braids. And here is a British Bulldog, Dave Boy Smith. Not just doing it all willy nilly. You know what I mean?
What do the braids mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but I know that it's not culturally appropriate. That's what they say.
Next thing he says, you see Piper kissing Sensational Sherry. Bobby Heenan makes a comment. She needs to get a tetanus shot. Piper has flair in the figure four. DiBiase kicks Piper's head. Bobby says, hey, did you see Flair break out of that hold? Genius.
Cool.
No, like, okay, again, Piper has Flair in the figure. Piper puts Flair in the figure 4 lock. DiBiase, who's on Flair's team, goes and kicks Piper's head. Bobby Heenan amazingly says, oh, wow, did you see Flair break out of that? That's another will you stop moment.
What does that mean?
Like it was technique, but in reality it was just some guy interrupting by kicking a dude in the head.
Yeah, and then Bobby Heenan's claiming that Ric Flair like strategically got out of it.
Yeah, I get it. I had to hear him Bobby Brain's voice in my head.
So yeah, Ric Flair wins a match, and then Bobby Heenan decides immediately, rather than doing commentaries, to get a phone and start calling Mr. Perfect to announce it to him. This is not Macho Man's first year where he starts debuting the old cowboy hat there, and he interestingly has a giant feather. Jake the Snake is heel at this point.
That's not culturally appropriate at all. First of all, like, only Native Americans can wear feathers. I don't know if you know this. And even Native Americans, they have to earn it. Did you know that?
I've seen a bunch of people wear feathers in their cowboy hats.
Well, that's not culturally appropriate. If you're a Native American, you have to, you have to earn the feather, I mean, you can't just wear the feather all willy-nilly.
Yeah. So here comes Tito Santana, who unfortunately Tito Santana becomes from what I remember, and this is a perfect example of how Tito Santana became the butt of many Bobby Heenan jokes, which were very entertaining matches, and at this time would be very offensive to anyone of Mexican descent.
He was Spanish descent there because he was a matador, right?
Well, here's the first one. He goes, he's holding he's El Matador at this point.
Yeah.
And he's holding the little hat. You guys know what the hat's called?
No.
I don't know. So Bobby Heenan he goes, hey, are you sure that's a hat or is that a Chihuahua? Joke one. Someone says, I think it was Monsoon says, I predict that Tito is going to receive this and that, and I predict that Tito's going to come on top. And Bobby goes, I predict that tonight he's going to be a human piñata.
Okay.
That one
can still fly right now. Both of them can still fly.
Gorilla says something about someone waving Old Glory, Bobby Heenan quickly, and in the background you hear him say, Old Glory, I knew somebody by that name.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny.
Yeah, there's Texas Tornadoes on that match. Sergeant Slaughter's on that match. It was Texas Tornado and Sergeant Slaughter and Tito Santana. He goes, Bobby Heenan goes, well, look at one team. You got one guy who could barely speak English, and you got Texas Tornado. He's from Texas, so he can barely understands English. And you got Sergeant Slaughter there, who only talks that military jive.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Also, here's one that's pretty bad because Gorilla's talking about how the what?
Yeah, Texas Tornado had that tornado punch because he had no feet. He lost it in a motorcycle.
So here's another one. Sorry, there's like a cat trying to get inside my house right now. It's here's another one that he mentioned. He goes, Gorilla Monsoon said he went to Mexico to train, because he did. He goes to Mexico, and they had this whole thing of him going to Mexico, back to Mexico to find his roots. And then Bobby Heenan goes, yeah, he went to Mexico to find his roots. You notice he's a lot more aggressive.
Ooh, hey. All right, so that was the most insensitive Survivor Series. Yeah.
Yep. He goes on, but Gorilla goes, you notice the color of those tights, Bobby? It's iridescent green. He was going to talk about the Mexican flag, and Bobby goes, no, that's iridescent guacamole.
Okay. That was funny.
Tito does a move. It's a flying something, and Bobby Heenan goes, beautiful flying taco. Refers to it as a flying taco.
That was like a pencil because it's lame.
Texas Tornado comes out. The Texas Tornado comes out. Bobby yells out, weather alert. There's no tornado there. And they show a close-up of his face. Right now, oh, God, this one's bad. This one's pretty bad. There was like 4 guys and 4 guys there. No, there's 4. Yeah, it was 4 on 4. Bobby goes, right now there's 4 on 4, but you look at Duggan looking at him, he sees 8.
Is that like alluding that he's drunk?
No, because he's kind of got like this, like lazy eye. He's cross-eyed, you know.
I know that.
Yeah, and there's a part where Jake the Snake's wearing this beautiful Thanksgiving Bill Cosby-esque sweater. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Original sweater. Yeah.
So he points out to the So there's another good one here. That this is the problem with wrestling now is that you can't get away with stuff like this. But Gorilla mentions there's people at the edge. It's during the Undertaker match. He goes, all the people here are at the edge of their seats. Bobby goes, yeah, people are at the edge of the seats. You know why? Because you know why that woman's at the edge of her seat? Because that 300-pound can of hers. Sorry, I ruined that. That was bad. Basically, he pointed to a fat lady in the seat, and he said that's why she was at the edge of the seat, because of that 300-pound can of hers. This is where they're talking about Hulkamania dying. They said Hulkamania is dead. And I remember watching that when I was a kid and been getting pretty upset.
Yeah, it was horrible. I couldn't believe it when they came to school. I mean, someone beat Hulk Hogan up. That's bullshit.
Well, yeah.
Hulk Hogan wasn't that good, man. I'm sorry.
He was good.
What
Marty Jannetty wasn't that good.
Man.
He was good at pumping up the crowd. He was good at being all veiny and like picking up.
Well, I don't know about being veiny. He was good at doing like.
Well, I'm pretty sure you do know he was
veiny. I like watching fucking.
You're the one that told me about the videos first.
Motherfucker, you told me about the video.
No, you.
What video? What video are you talking about?
The sex tape.
Which one?
The Hulk Hogan one. How many does
Mike, you told me that.
Nope.
You said that he felt like a pig, and I never knew that. I never knew Hulkamaniac felt like a pig.
That's my favorite line.
Time for donuts.
All right, donuts are looking good. They were looking good a while back. So, all right, wow, okay, WrestleRadio.
Okay, hold on. I'm skipping over some of these because you guys couldn't get it.
Hold on.
Not that way. Hold on. Hold on. Skipping. I'm doing some more Bobby stuff.
I want to get more Bobby.
This is the beginning of the Shawn Michaels heel turn. This is where he pushes Marty Jannetty because he accidentally got hit. This is where Bobby Heenan starts actually saying really cool things. No, seriously, he starts admiring Shawn Michaels at this point. Shawn Michaels abandons him and leaves Marty Jannetty against 3 other guys. Bobby Heenan says, "What?"
Girls, dude. He abandoned because he was talking to girls in the crowd.
Well, then Bobby Heenan goes, "What an egomaniac this Marty Jannetty is. Thinks he could do this all on his own."
That is pretty damn good.
Yeah, Gorilla starts talking to the camera, and Gorilla goes, "It's like, look, you're hogging all my camera time." Let's see, hold on. Oh yeah, they're talking about the natural disasters coming out, and this is a good Bobby Heenan line. And he's arguing or something. Gorilla goes, "Look, Bobby, do you think they're stupid?" And Bobby just gets quiet and goes, "Yes, I do." Oh yeah, people are Legion of Doom are there.
You imagine him doing it because he had great delivery. He had changed up the timing. He went out of nowhere a lot. He was badass.
I remember when he got fired.
Yeah.
McMahon fired him. I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. You really did get fired.
Gorilla kicks him out. Yeah. LOD. This was in Detroit, by the way. So Legion of Doom comes out. People are chanting LOD, LOD. Bobby says, "It's like," he goes, "You know what that means, right? LOD." Leave old Detroit. Follows it up with, "You know what I like about Detroit, Gorilla? It has an airport, and you can leave in the morning."
I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gorilla. There's two big guys. I think there's I forgot which big guys were in there, and Gorilla goes, now we have two behemoths in there. Bobby goes, well, what's Boss Man, Tinkerbell? This one I don't get the reference to this, but I thought it was pretty funny. He goes, I haven't seen that many punches thrown since Zsa Zsa Gabor drove through Beverly Hills.
Oh yeah, Zsa Zsa Gabor used to punch people like she used to lose it, and she used to
really?
punch like that Bjork video, not that Bjork video, but the Bjork video where she slaps some Asian reporter. Yeah, Zsa Zsa Gabor was the original one to slap reporters. That's pretty good.
Wow.
I like it. Yeah, there you go.
So Boss Man gets pinned. Bobby goes, oh, he's got a bad case of the losing. Yeah, and then he follows it up with, Gorilla, when was the last time you received a postcard that said, he goes, Gorilla, when was the last time you received a postcard that said, hey, we're going to Detroit for vacation? I like that one. Gorilla goes, you put randomly, another just random one-liner. He goes, just like someone's talking, he goes, yeah, I kind of like her. Gorilla goes, who? Bobby goes, my old lady. I kind of like her. One thing I noticed is that every time someone would cheat, every time a heel would cheat, Bobby would start blaming his monitor and start saying that something was wrong with his monitor, and then he started asking the audience to bear with him that his monitor was messed up.
I'm surprised you're not doing the voice.
What do you mean? He doesn't know how to do voices. What are you talking about?
Bobby Heenan, I can't do voices. Yeah, I can't do voices. This is 1992. McMahon's doing that. So this is what happens. McMahon decided he wants to go and do commentary, right, with Bobby. So this is where I started seeing a drop in the comedic antics. You don't get as many one-liners. You don't want to you don't want to show up McMahon, and it's very noticeable. McMahon's they're saying the most ridiculous of things. He's over-exaggerating everything, and it's 1992, but there are a few little gems in there. Bobby mentions, you know how stupid the Boss Man is? He installed the smoke detectors in Windsor Castle. McMahon goes, there aren't any smoke detectors in Windsor. Bobby, see? That's how stupid he is.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's so flat.
I like that one. Big Boss Man has more hits than Elvis.
No, not your joke. I mean, the whole, what's Windsor Castle? Well,
I don't know that one, but there's no smoke detectors in there. And see, there's one point where Big Boss Man, he's already faced by 1992, getting beat up by multiple people.
If we look up the Windsor Castle, maybe it burned down. That's what I'm thinking.
Look it up.
You know what? I failed to look that up. Oh, Jesus Christ! Hold on, my fucking damn curry. My curry is burning.
How long does it take to make curry?
I don't know, not that long, but I was just simmering it, and I kind of fucked it up there. But anyway.
Oh, look at that! I looked up Windsor Castle, and it says Windsor Castle Fire. So I guess
well, there you go.
There you go.
That was a Dennis Miller reference there.
Yeah. McMahon there putting a Dennis Miller.
This is around the time where Mr. Perfect is becoming a face, and this is where the Macho Man wants the perfect partner.
Oh shit! Dude, this Windsor Castle fire happened in 1992, so it was actually like a rep. Oh, I remember the Windsor Castle fire. It happened in 1992. You don't remember that? Yeah, back in 1992, the Windsor Castle. I just remembered.
You just remembered, okay.
Yeah, and it got on fire. So it was kind of like a, it was a joke that was it was a joke of the time.
Contemporary.
Yeah. So, but, whatever.
Here are some good ones. Here's some other gems. Tatanka comes out. Bobby mentions this is the most dangerous time of the year for a Native American. And Gorilla, like, why is that? And he goes, you want to dress up with all those feathers around Thanksgiving? Be my guest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that one. But he says, then he refers to Tatanka as a punk. He goes, he's a punk. He deserves to be with all the other Indians, the Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians, they never win anything. Why should he?
Okay, well,
I gotta read this guy's book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, let me go back here. He's a punk. He deserves to be with all the other Indians. The Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians, they never win anything. Why should he? There you go.
We got to imagine.
Don't worry, guys. I'm skipping through a lot of these. Oh, here's what's funny about it. Doink starts coming out. Doink is a mysterious clown character. But what's funny about what Bobby does the whole time is that Bobby just keeps laughing hysterically every time Doink comes out. Everyone's confused. Everyone's kind of creeped out. But Bobby, for some reason, starts mentioning that he loves clowns and everything that he does is hilarious. So, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did Doink ever wrestle any memorable Survivor Series matches?
Yes, he did. I'm going to go over those in a minute.
Oh,
but here's another good one. Doink starts making an animal balloon. During the match. Like, there's a match going on, but Doink's in the background, because people don't, that's part of his character at the beginning. Nobody knew who he was, what he was doing. Makes an animal balloon. Bobby remarks. He goes, hey, the clown seems to have a little more fun than you're allowed to have.
Uh-huh.
Tatanka starts dancing. Bobby Heenan starts singing, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?
I remember
refers to his feathers. Yeah, he starts referring to his. He refers to his Native American feathers and plumage as the lousy pigeon feathers. At least I got something.
My mom told me something interesting about pigeons, that they migrate, and I didn't know this. She also told me that at night, when in sunset, they look up to the sky, and her grandma told her that pigeons are appreciate God more than humans, because they thank God at sunset more than humans do. They take that to a beautiful day. There's a little.
Wait, who?
You can keep that about the pigeons. Just have that.
What the fuck are you talking about? The fucking Jesus Christ!
What the fuck have you been talking about this whole goddamn time? What the fuck are we all talking about? I don't know. It's a nice little tip your mom told me. You had a pigeon.
I like that.
A pigeon anecdote. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Aesthetic.
Yeah. No, it's not aesthetic at all. You don't know what aesthetic means.
None of y'all know what it means.
I know what aesthetic means.
Woo! All right. Them donuts are looking badass.
This is where he's making fun of the Hart family, and he's saying that, Thanksgiving in Calgary, do the Hart family ever take the feathers off the bird, or do they just pop it in a microwave? And then he refers to the women in the town looking all like Paul Bearer. We're going to 1993, guys. 1993, 1, 2, 3 kids in the match. And Bobby says, do you know why he's not doing so well? Look at the time. It's 1/2 his bedtime.
What the fuck, dude? You're going after every Bobby to bring in a joke, man.
And then people start chanting 1, 2, 3, doing the 1, 2, 3, go 1, 2, 3, and Bobby goes, oh, that's amazing. The people of Boston can count to 3.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Follows up, hey, it's very easy to beat the 1, 2, 3 kid. You just put a glass of milk down and some cookies. When he's down, just kick him in the head. Yeah. And the last thing I'll say about the last memorable thing, he goes, the 1, 2, 3 kid should just go to school, get a job, deliver pizza. Yeah, that's my Bobby Heenan stuff.
All right.
Okay, but all right. So Survivor Series, we're
Bobby Brain Heenan or Mystery Science Theater.
I want to move to that. I'm going to move to that. Let's see. Because we skipped over like a lot of these Survivor Series, and we could continue to skip over them and get to the one that you want to get to, which is 1994.
I want to get to work on time tomorrow.
I don't think I want to see
I have high blood pressure, and I have to take this medicine
I don't want to see
after
the Survivor
breakfast.
Series ever again, and that was my favorite one.
But 1994 is the year where Chuck Norris kicks
Yeah, I remember him on the
Skip Jarrett.
It was.
Let's keep finishing off. Go to the rest of the Survivor Series. Go.
Look, my Survivor Series moments all in one moment is 1 year Rocky Maivia starts it. The next year he's headlining it. And Chuck Norris kicks Jeff Jarrett in the stomach with a badass side thrust. And then Dolph Ziggler wins the whole thing even though he was a nobody, kind of. That's it. That's all the Survivor Series moments I got. Oh, there's one where a guy dressed up like a turkey got beaten. And
that was
road thing somewhere around there. And we're waiting for Sergio on that because legitimate sports was his thing before wrestling.
The gobbledygooker.
You know, and they used to like run really hard to his face.
I met him. I saw him in Vegas. Well, I talked to him a bit. I said hi, and I almost said I didn't know you liked to gamble.
Who, the gobbledygooker?
Face.
What?
You should have.
Are you talking about you?
I can't hear both at the same time. Pete Rose.
Oh, you met Pete Rose?
Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I went to Vegas.
You know, he's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame because he used to gamble on wrestling. Went right over.
Yeah, and he had a rivalry with the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler, I believe.
No, Kane's the mayor.
Oh, Kane. Oh, he said Tennessee. I don't know.
Jerry the King.
That's from the Tennessee territory.
It would not be Jerry the mayor.
You know,
I'll say the last entertaining thing about Survivor Series was the Nails and Big Boss Man match.
Whoa, what is that? I never referred who was Nails. What exactly was he? I mean, he sounds redneckish.
Nails was
redneckish.
Nails. Yeah, it's very appropriate. Nails was a. By the way, I figured out what. No, I can't say this out loud, but. I was going to say something derogatory, but I caught myself.
I mean, you know, you already hyped it up. I don't know.
No, I'm gonna get a lot of flack on it. I might think about it. I'll ask you guys later. Nails was this guy who in the storyline Big Boss Man had he had arrested and sent to jail, and Nails comes out of nowhere and says that, or comes back, he got released from jail claiming that he was wrongfully accused.
Yeah. Yeah, with a name like Nails, it sounds like you would be wrongfully accused.
Yeah.
I wonder if the WWE would have a really strong arm cop character now. And I wonder if they would make it fly.
I don't know. Would he have a nightstick?
Yeah, with only retractable ones. And I guess he'd feud with like the New Day or something.
Whoa!
I wish they did something with those guys. I love Kofi Kingston. Hey. Xavier Woods is great, makes great videos. Go easy. I like the video game ones. Right. And Big E, well, come on. As a guy known as Big E, it's cool to see another wrestler named Big E. Sorry, a wrestler.
That would be interesting. Actually, that would be very interesting. To have a boss man like character come and start harassing all the black wrestlers.
Well, now, to tell you the truth, Boss Man, actually, he was a jailer, not an actual police officer.
True.
Oh.
Till the late 90s when he finally got the job and he got dressed all in black, before the Shield did it.
Well, that's true. I remember that.
So right now, they have a police officer character. They have to call him, like, the MAGA side or something.
Wow. The MAGA side.
We're just Trump supporter.
What are those weird noises that
You went to urinate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sounds like he's giving birth. Okay, we'll switch.
And says like, oh, I gotta let it know. I gotta let the audience know there's a man urinating. You're being pretty loud. I urinate all over the place. It's loud as shit. I urinate like a ninja.
Do ninjas urinate all over the place?
Well, not all over the place. Well, yeah, actually, I do have a spread problem, actually, recently. But besides that, yeah, I urinate. I'm not as loud as this guy.
A spread problem. Yeah, did you get like the dual Cobra, the fork tongue spray, go one end and the other? You know what I'm talking about?
Not
twin
really,
lasers.
No. You know, I was thinking in my head it'd be cool if Mystery Science Theater did 300.
Well, that's where we can switch gears and talk about Mystery Science Theater and what you're going to watch. What I told you should be watching, my recommendations for Mystery Science Theater. My recommendation is not to watch any of the new stuff.
Okay.
It's fucking god awful. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that was awful.
But
yeah,
my recommendation.
It's got that Mike Oswald.
Hey, how much blood was in that?
What?
How much blood was in that?
Are you doing this for real or not?
What?
How much blood was in it?
What?
I think he's insinuating your urine.
No, I didn't urinate blood. No,
okay.
Kidneys.
Oh, okay.
I've not heard it. But,
did a guy ever urinate blood in the WWF?
yeah, I'll just urinate blood, man.
No, but like on the ring.
Oh, really?
All wrestlers urinate blood.
Yeah, they get punched in the kidneys. That's what happens when you get punched in the kidneys. You know?
By the way, there's a pretty cool Greg the Hammer Valentine promo online.
Greg the Racist Valentine?
Yeah, that was good. That was there.
He raped somebody?
Racist.
Oh, Greg the
They
said Greg the Rapist Valentine.
No, you're talking about that Enzo.
That'd be pretty, because his last name is Valentine, you know what I mean?
Rapist Valentine. Yeah, that's what.
Wow.
Well, there was one character that I noticed, and I forgot what Survivor Series it was, but it was one of the mid-'90s one. It was like pre-Attitude Era, like right when I was getting there, but it was Barry Windham. But his character was this character was the stalker. And his character was just to have a mustache.
You know, I found out why all these wrestlers die young. This is a true story. We have a guy that does what does he do? What is it called? MMH. What is it called? MMA. He does the MMA. He does. Yeah. I don't know what MMA is, but MMA. He does the MMA, and he said that when you take steroids, what happens is, and they all die young. I don't know if you've heard this story, that what happens is that they don't drink water, right? Because they do the posing with the muscles, right? And then, so they want to dehydrate themselves because they want to show off their veiners and the veins and the muscles. That's what I meant. And what happens is that your heart dries out and you get a heart attack. Yeah. So make sure, you know about this. So make sure you guys drink a lot of water.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I will.
No, because he was trying to scare me. I don't drink enough water, but I don't do the MMA or
anything.
Anyway,
I think you drink a lot of water, but it has other stuff in it.
Keep hydrated, folks, on this Thanksgiving weekend.
You drink water as a chaser.
Well, I mean, ice has water.
Jesus Christ! There's a bunch of water just landed on my face.
Did he just spit water at you?
Kevin makes it.
Yeah, no, he's just spitting a lot. By the way, shout out to Blumberg. I don't know if you guys remember
that. Oh, we'll have to save that story to look. We will have to save all the Blumberg references for another time, man, because that's like a long story.
My co-host Sad Boy is he's trying to be a little bit like Bill Murray and Blumberg at the same time. With a little bit of a.
How about being Bill Murray, asshole?
Well, like drunk.
I'm like Bill Murray. I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
Yeah. Well, what celebrity spit when they talk? Well, Mr. Perfect. Actually, I got used to spit a lot. There we go. Yeah. Let me get 10 feet away before Sergio says Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
There we go. God damn. Now he's spitting on purpose, so that's funny somehow.
I have seen you. I have seen this man spit.
Hold on. I got a quick impression. I got a quick impression of Ric Flair waking up. Woo!
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Thank you very much.
I like that.
Damn.
I gotta do my Ric Flair does the Beatles one of these days.
What was that?
Ric Flair singing the Beatles.
Oh, really? Like that happened for reals, or?
No, I did that one day.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I'm not gonna do it now. Mystery Science Theater.
I'm sorry. I was just interrupted by a notification on my phone here that someone replied to a comment I made on Kevin Sorbo's Facebook page.
Is that true?
Really?
And yeah, I don't know if you guys.
You were on Kevin Sorbo's Facebook page.
I was, and then I quit it because he's really right leaning, like a lot. Though it actually kind of makes me think that Hollywood is a godless hellhole, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, the guy didn't work after Hercules. So he had another sci-fi show, but that's about it.
Kevin Sorbo was doing good.
But Kevin Sorbo recently posted, about being a good person means doing the right thing. That means doing nice things. I said, all right, like taking care of the people in the migrant caravan.
Oh.
And then some people did not like that at all. Like, actually, just informed me, like 8 people thought what you said was stupid, and they hate your race.
Wow. Do the right thing. Don't come out in Dina the Warrior Princess. That's fucking goddamn. I didn't have cable that time. I'm sorry.
That wasn't on cable. It was then.
That's why I said I didn't have cable more on.
Well, I was going nowhere. So are we done with this one?
Hey, you remember Vanishing Sun? Remember that?
That was not so long.
That was the first one of all those, like, you can't watch on cable and you have to watch them on some special channel or some shit shows.
No,
Vanishing Sun, man.
That was, the action movies.
Yeah, it was a theatrical made-for-TV movie.
Here?
What? You cut off.
Have you heard you came to our Comic-Con? Well, here's the thing. It's called Collectors Expo.
It's called
there used to be. Expo. Yeah, there used to be 2, but these guys, like AG Cookie hosts they had, it sucked so much they canceled one of them. And the good thing about that is that they saved the money and hired C-list celebrities instead of D-list celebrities, or not C-list. I mean, they're all A-listers in my heart. But we're getting Adrian Paul Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go down for that, dude.
Experience. Which I'm probably not going to get because I'm going to Vegas soon, but it would have been great. We're also getting Goldust, whose father,
I didn't know that.
You actually already knew, like you acknowledged it and everything.
Oh, yeah, his father was a famous wrestler, Goldmine.
Polka Dot Fatty, something like that. Yeah, so Goldmine, Goldust. And who else are we getting? We're getting
we're getting
Darth Maul.
We're getting Ray Park, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Ray Park.
Oh, Ray Park.
Yeah. Who I'm so excited.
Ray Park Jr.
No, the real man.
Oh.
And also we're getting the dude who came out in The Shape of Water. He was that, and the skinny guy that Niles voiced in Hellboy.
We're getting Niles.
Oh yeah. He's in Star Trek Discovery too.
Yeah.
And the Mimic.
Oh, the cockroach movie was in the goddamn museum.
Yeah.
It's a cockroach. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
It's a big cockroach in the museum.
I'm pretty sure you made that up.
No, it's a big cockroach. The Mimic? The movie Mimic. It's got that Swervino girl. And it's a big cockroach in a fucking museum.
I think you're thinking of Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Or Ransom.
Yeah.
You're thinking of Chud.
I didn't see Mimic, but it sounds pretty interesting. It's a big cockroach in a museum.
Big cockroach.
How did a big cockroach come to be?
Because they're like ancient Egyptians. And
shit. That sounds like some Mystery Science Theater shit.
Yeah. Fucking Mystery Science Theater, goddamn.
I don't know. I see I want to finish it, but see, like your stuff goes nowhere, and I got to save the show with what I got.
Save the fucking show.
How about what do we do here? I say next month's episode will be a 2-parter. Well, first we could talk about what Mystery Science Theater shit we watched over the weekend.
And we could talk less about
and we'll have a little bit we'll have me reporting on site from Las Vegas. Like, I'll give you guys half an hour.
Oh, damn it.
I would love to hear that. Just record yourself. I don't care, man. Do something. I want to hear what Vegas and XP Large's eyes.
Get that's why you're not getting a birthday present this year, you know.
Well, I got some recommendations for you guys for Mystery Science Theater. One being,
you're not gonna make a big deal about it. What was that?
The Final Sacrifice. You guys should watch that one.
Oh shit!
And Final Justice.
Fight the Martians.
Final Sacrifice. Fuck yeah, man.
Final Sacrifice. You're going to thank me after you watch Final Sacrifice.
And that's on YouTube, right? Because I can't.
Try to find it on YouTube.
Maybe as a adult, we just don't have 2 hours to kill anymore.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, let's know this. You recommend a Mystery Science Theater movie. I'll recommend one, and then SQ will recommend one. Go. Final Sacrifice.
I just did, sucker.
But what is it? Okay. But you didn't go into it, though.
What?
Okay.
Final Sacrifice? Okay. Final Sacrifice. There's too much to go into, but it's a Canadian low-budget action horror about a little boy who tries to find his father. He's not a little. I mean, he's supposed to be a little boy, but it's like some disgusting thing guy, and he lives with his aunt or something. He's trying to find out who killed his father, and it's a cult. He befriends this this guy who looks like a trucker, but he only owns a pickup truck, and he's this mulleted, mustachioed, overweight guy named Rousdower.
Yeah. I'll go with Withdrawn at the Memory Bank with the great Raul Julia.
Overdrawn at the Memory Bank.
Yeah, thank you. Well, what the fuck do I know? Esk?
I'm going to go with Manos, The Hands of Fate.
Come on.
Or both Prisoners are pretty good.
Everybody fucking knows that one.
Fucking
wow. You fanboy.
Well, I'll throw in another one. You like Mitchell, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's true.
Final Justice. Not Final Sacrifice, but Final Justice has also Joe Don Baker. And he's a sheriff, a Texas sheriff, that has to solve a case, and it's in Italy. And I think it's an Italian production, too.
Yeah, I've seen this one. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. He gets arrested. He gets arrested at the I just gave away the ending. He gets arrested at the end. Or no, he arrests somebody at the end, and it's kind of like Joe Don Baker, you know what I mean? Flirting and arresting. Anyway, ready to call it night, fellas? I'm ready to call it. I gotta wake up.
I just remember Manos had to do with a weird ass mustache. It had a porno feel.
Yeah.
And it was made here in Texas.
I remember my first Mystery Science Theater.
What was that?
I remember my first Mystery Science Theater 3000.
God damn.
Okay.
Wow, that was a horrible way to end the show.
That's the perfect way.
I don't know. We should put like some type of hotline number there. Something. Alcoholism is a disease, and the people need.
All right. I'm fine. Fucking good.
Right.
You should audition for the updated commercial for the You Okay? I learned it by watching You commercial.
And it's Esky telling me, why are you drinking so much, Es? Because I learned it from watching you. Not my kids. They don't drink.
You guys start breaking bottles and stuff.
Oh, man. So, okay. Well, did the last episode end on the dwarf thing or not? I was trying to remember. I got another story. I could give it to you in 5 minutes.
All right, because I was going to ask you, I was going to get a follow-up if you ever asked that dwarf on a date.
No, I did go like 2 weeks ago. It would have been great to see her, but I did not. Yeah.
Damn.
Could have happened for real.
Do you want to talk about
it while you can, man.
First of all, there wasn't.
Just saying, strike while the iron is hot.
Okay, yeah. No. Actually, at work, I was helping this guy out.
Uh-huh.
Some guy we don't like that much, but it was something heavy, so I helped him pick it up. He's in a golf cart, doesn't speak English.
I'm listening.
All right, cool. So, and I needed my gloves. He takes me to my truck to get the gloves. We do the bullshit.
Uh-oh, I know where this is going.
I go back to, yeah. I go back to the truck to put my gloves back. He says, I'll give you a ride in the golf cart. And so we go there. We're going around the side of the building, and this 6'6" African-American guy is running for his life. Yeah. Is running for his life. I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. I'm not like, like the mad boys out there that got to make shit up to make it sound cool and shit. What's the mad boys?
Mad boys.
Mad boys. All right, cool. No, this guy's running for his life, falls down the thing, he sees it and says, call security, there's an assault. This happened on Friday. I haven't seen this yet. My mad boy went to South Pilot or something this weekend or something. You weren't here. I haven't told you guys this yet. I'm sorry. Bad boy?
Sure.
All right. So, and the guy's like, there's an assault. The guy in the golf cart goes, what is he saying? I'm like, he says there's some kind of assault over there. So he drives towards the danger, even though we just saw Luke Cage scared for his life.
Like a real hero. They drive to the
No, like a metiche. He just wanted to see what the assault was.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just saw Luke Cage fear for his life, and we were like, what the hell?
Not a citizen's arrest, right? Not a citizen's arrest. Not a, I want to be a good civilian. I want to go and investigate a 6'6" black man running in a golf course.
No,
not a golf course. You were in a golf course.
True heroes, like when people are running from danger, true heroes run towards the danger. That's what I read.
Yeah, well, I was the hero because I'm the one that stopped an assault.
So you're the fucking hero?
Yeah.
Well, you are wearing a firefighter shirt. Yeah, you're wearing FDNY football, which you neither do both. You're not a New York firefighter, and you don't do football.
I actually play more football.
And it says bravest, and I don't know.
Well, I am the bravest because I went towards the guy with a gun.
Your shirt's on fire, sir.
All right, but you're the flamer.
Right by the nipple.
All right.
Wait, so you went towards the guy with a gun?
Yeah, well, check this out. We get there. There's an SUV with a back door open, which means someone pulled something out of there. And, yeah, something made this guy run for his life. And so I see this middle-aged man, kind of around Surgical's age here. And he's, like, right there. He's holding a woman. And the woman falls down, or she slips or something. But, we're driving towards it, and the guy right next to me is going, like, asking where the trouble was at. Like, if he just did not see some girl fall down while she's crying. And so I get out of the guy stares at me, and I say, sir, could you please not touch that woman anymore? And he's like, that's my daughter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, oh, shit.
Not from me.
Okay. Oh, wow. You guys must have been an interesting trip, or you guys are second-handing my stories. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, the guy's like, oh, okay, well, would you mind not touching her like that again? Because, you're on camera. It just looks like you're beating up on a cute girl, a Lolita.
What's wrong with you?
Well, that's what it looked like.
Oh, wait. Everything sounded good until you said that.
Yeah, I know.
You sounded very valiant up until you used the term Lolita.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, and she's 16, and, it just looks weird.
I heard the story that she was 21.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you the story right now.
Okay.
Well, you guys are safe.
I heard the Weddle version, and it was much more interesting than this, and it took a lot less time.
Not really. It is.
Give me a recap. Give me the Weddle version.
So not fucking drag it on.
Oh no! Well,
for the people at home, Weddle is a friend of ours that was albino.
And San Francisco just took a road trip and had nothing better to do than to talk about my shit.
Dude, we talked about it for 5 minutes. It was more entertaining than shit.
Not really.
Not 5 minutes. It was like 3 minutes. And I'm like, oh yeah, who gives a shit?
All right. So
I want to hear that version. I want to hear the alternate take.
I deduce things real fast.
Hey, so Efke fucking stopped an assault. And it was a girl, and it was a guy's daughter, but she was 21. And he said, you're on camera, so stop it. And then that was the fucking end of the story. That's a lot better.
That's not really. Okay, we'll decide right now. So I see everything. I'm like, oh, that's why that guy was scared. He thought this guy had a gun because he does have a gun on him. Okay. And I'm like, the guy put out a gun. Why? And I just deduced it. This girl partied with this African-American dude. Ooh. The guy immediately got super mad and brought out a gun. And that's what turned out to be. And the guy had to repeat the story to the police. 5 of them show up. And he's like, my daughter turned 21 and she disappears for 36 hours and she's with these 2 black guys and blah, blah, blah. And he just keeps it going over and over again. And then he just looks at me after the last time he says the story and he just looks at me and I'm like, what do I say to him? And I want to tell him, I'm pretty sure they didn't both go at the same time. I'm pretty sure one went after the other.
Wow.
And
you said it before I did. I was going to make a Pornhub reference. Like, I've seen enough Pornhub to know what happens,
And yeah, she
wow.
was 21. Spoiler alert here,
Well, I don't know. You don't call her Lolita.
No, I just knew that guy. That gets you guys to picture it. Well, it works on your level. That's what I could do. I talk to people on their level.
Meme. Don't.
What's a meme, sir? Why am I blaming a meme?
Why? Hey, come on.
All right, we're done.
Said he was messing this up.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very nice story. I wish you had mentioned that before. I wouldn't have done all the boring Bobby Heenan stuff.
You think I don't mean to, it's just like sometimes y'all go really, really like hard in one direction, and y'all don't know if you do it intense and fast, it's just as good.
No, that's a good one. Oh my God. Well, I mean, I know you got to go, but shit, you got to leave us hanging with that. That's a fucking amazing story.
Well, that was about it.
A little teaser trailer there.
Well, I'll let you know if she decides to party with other dudes in front of me or something. I don't know.
Well.
Okay. Well, it's great. Everyone, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Jesus. Yeah. Somebody's
Somebody's
turkey got stuffed. Hey. No. You guys have a...
There's two of them.
What? Oh, there you go. It's a turducken.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great getting together with the Sad Boy and the Dr. Logan.
Yeah. You guys have a good night. Great talking to you. Hopefully we'll talk sooner than later. And we still got to do our MacGyver marathon one of these days. So.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait for that one.
Oh, one last thing before we go. It was announced that Ruben Steele sent me Texas professional wrestler Ruben Steele is going to be teaming up, and I'm not joking here, with none other than Raven.
Oh!
Tag team match.
Dude, maybe we could get Raven on the show.
That'd be great to get Raven on the show. Well, we got Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, we got Jesse Ventura, so I don't see why Raven wouldn't come on. Let's just skip Ruben Steele and just get straight to the Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it's actually Raven Simone.
And you know what? Let's all do some. I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna see what happened to Canyon.
I'm gonna see what happened to Raven that he's teaming up with. Ruben.
Raven died, dude. I mean, Canyon died.
No way, Canyon died.
Fuck yeah, dude. He committed suicide.
Drinking enough water and their heart dries up.
What a horrible way.
They don't have enough love.
No one was better than Canyon.
No one was better than Canyon. He was gay, and he died.
Damn. Well, happy
All
Thanksgiving,
facts.
everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy life.
Yeah. Might be your last.
All right, guys. Take care. Be safe.
There you go. Have a good night. Lack of hustle. Theme song.
All right, everyone out there in Internet land, thank you for joining us on this very special episode of the Lack of Hustle podcast. Make sure to check out Pteranodon Media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything on there. Pteranodon Media. Oh, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, whatever that means. And to all the naysayers out there, I hope your mother knows how to make me a great breakfast.